A lot of people know that the Xbox is doing well. Xbox Series X and S are actually doing extremely well, but people still always want to know, like, what's the deal? Like, how many have they sold? How many have they sold? It's like they can't get an idea of their own worth or the worth of PlayStation if they're not doing anything like announcing it per se. Now it looks like the entire head of Microsoft, not just Xbox division, but Microsoft, is speaking out on just how well Xbox is doing, and it comes at a fantastic time, so it does give you a little bit of an inclination on how things are going, and I think this is absolutely fantastic to hear. And listen, as a fan, you want stuff to do well, but like for me personally, like somebody might go, well, do you... As a fan, does it really matter to you how the game sells or how this does or how that does? And my honest answer to that is not really. I want the stuff that I like to do well enough to where they'll continue to make them. And I want my favorite franchises to continue on. I want my consoles to continue to be made. But outside of that, I don't care. I think it's funny as an Xbox fan to poke fun at some of the PlayStation fans when Microsoft and Xbox does well or something. But overall, I don't give a damn, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, keep that in mind when we're kind of going forward and things like that. So with this, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella talks about the Series X and S, and it remains the fastest selling Xbox console ever. And people might go, well, that's a low bar or whatever, but the Xbox One actually did extremely well within its first couple of years. The Xbox 360 as well, which, went on to sell almost 90 million consoles. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, in his annual letter posted to LinkedIn, revealed that the Xbox Series X and S remain the fastest selling Xbox console ever. The Series X and S has sold more units to date than any previous Xbox console after the same amount of time. He said, and I quote, "We've sold more Xbox Series X and S consoles life to date than any previous generation of Xbox. And with Xbox Cloud Gaming, we're bringing games entirely to new endpoints. Now, in the past year, we've made many of our most popular titles accessible on phones, tablets, TVs, and low-spec PCs for the first time. Our Xbox Game Pass subscription service now includes hundreds of games. As with anything, and as with our planned acquisition of Activision Blizzard, we claim and aim to give more players more choice to play great games wherever they are, whenever they are, and however they want. Choice is equally important to developers who want to support with a diversity of distribution and business models for their games. We believe the acquisition will unlock opportunities for innovation and enable the industry to grow." So again, this is really nice to see. This is a VG Charts article. I don't really buy in for VG Charts, but they have Xbox Series consoles at almost 18 million compared to the 21 million of PlayStation 5. So things are very much in competition between Xbox and PlayStation this generation. Like, I had this argument with this absolute clown on Twitter yesterday who was just convinced that there were 10 million more PlayStation 5 sold than Xbox Series X and S, which is just absolutely asinine to think about because, again, Xbox, which here's the factual numbers that we know, and that number is that Microsoft sold 13 million Xbox Ones within year one, and they were ahead of that. How much ahead of that were they? We don't know, but to think that Xbox is only at 13 million still, while PlayStation is at 21 million is absolutely ridiculous and completely asinine. Like people really go in for like that stuff though. When you start talking about Xbox possibly doing better, especially they're clearly doing better than they ever have before. Does that mean everything is hunky-dory or everything is smooth? No, I mean there's still people that are going to have issues with Xbox, but at the end of the day, I think Xbox is doing extremely well, and that's something that I think all gamers should be happy to see because we want this console stuff to do well. We want gamers to just be enthralled with the video games themselves and not have to worry about a lot of the bull crap that's kind of the fanboy side of things. And trust me, I get the fanboy side of things because I'm there. You know, I've been there for a lot of it. But you know, it's nice. And Microsoft, by the way, is there. I don't know if this is going to be something. This is something that's in the U.S. right now, but the Xbox Series S right now is coming with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 for free at Target and some retailers as well, which I think is a pretty cool thing and a pretty cool incentive, because at the end of the day, guess what? That means that, you know, people are paying all this money for this console, and you know, I mean, it's like half the price of a PS5, and you're getting the game, the most popular game with it as well. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool, and I also think that that's a good way to sort of showcase what your console could do and stuff like that. So yeah, very cool to see that. Can't wait to see more in the future as well. Should be a fun thing to kind of see how, you know, Sony reacts to that, because if you think about, Sony is paying big money for you know, for all of this stuff, you know, and they are like, they're paying big money for Call of Duty to be on their, you know, their box and all that kind of stuff. So with that being said, where do you guys stand on this? Are you guys excited? Do you think Microsoft has what it takes, or do you think Microsoft is going to start slowing down? You know, it's going to be super interesting to see. But if you're itching to play the newest Call of Duty game, according to this, it releases and at Target you can pick up a $2.99 Xbox Series S online or in store, and you'll receive a free digital copy of Modern Warfare 2 from this new one. The Series S is a great console with or without the deal. It's small, it won't hog a bunch of space, and it's powerful and has a lot of games running at, you know, 60 frames or 120 frames depending on where you're at. But yeah, very cool to see that. And again, Microsoft, I think, has kind of done a really good job of making sure that the Xbox Series consoles are, you know, up to snuff and doing everything that they should. So you know, like I said, it's going to be super interesting to see exactly where all this lands. And you know, at the end of the day, I think Microsoft is onto something with their two-prong approach, and you know, that's exactly what they should be doing. They should be out there, you know, talking this up. You know, I think, you know, at least from where my standpoint is, I love the fact that, you know, Microsoft was able to kind of appeal to more than just one type of gamer. Yes, there's hardcore gamers. Yes, there's other types of gamers. But you know, it really kind of just comes down to what fans want and what fans can do with what's been giving them. And I think Microsoft has fought well against PlayStation. So we'll see what happens. You know, I think it's going to be a fun time in the gaming industry, and in particular this next couple of years. I think next year is going to be a super interesting year for Microsoft, because they're coming off slower growth with Game Pass. So at some particular point, they might just go all in. You know, we know that they're coming out with a bunch of games at the first part of next year, but the latter half is unknown, and we might just get an onslaught where we could see 6, 7, 8 big AAA releases next year. So it's going to be fun to see. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to link these articles in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up. Crap gamer out.